Hi all, welcome back. More Fields of Fire. This is the Normandy campaign, mission 2, Cerisy offensive. This is my part 2. Right, so nice simple start. We got decent results, to be honest. Only found one contact. Was artillery fire, only one mission. Turned the assault team into a fire team, so yeah, pretty decent start, to be honest. Right, let's just push on with turn 2. So as turn 2, we're going to draw, see if we get an HQ event. We do not. A friendly HQ event anyway. It's not a defensive mission, so friendly command phase, activation segment. There's the battalion HQ is not on the map, so we're going to activate our COHQ. And our activity level is contact. Ow! Sorry, dog she's biting at my toes. Stop it, Jessie. Right, so yeah, activity level is contact. But we are a line quality unit now, so what, no, it's not a +1 -1, is it? Yeah, we don't get nothing, do we? We get nothing for a line, and we're no contact. I'm looking at the wrong thing here. Command draw modifiers. That's it, yeah. Yeah, whereas before we were green, we're not green anymore. There's no current activity, so no +1s, no -1s. Just a straight up. Anyone that's going to get it if we happen to be undercover and that, because it's unlikely to go back to no contact. So no modifiers for the COHQ. We draw a card, gets a 3. Okay, fair enough. He saved 1, so he's got a 4 again. Okay. Well, again, I guess we activate. Well, second and third platoon had pretty good results. They've managed to save 3, so why don't you activate either the first sergeant or the XO? Let him build up some points, and then just let the we're going to activate first platoon because he's not got so many commands, and maybe just activate one of them and let the other platoons do their thing. Is that a bit silly at this stage, though, Grant? Because you are going to probably platoon move, aren't you? It's going to cost you 2 actions. Yeah, but I want the COHQ to have some actions. Okay. Right, I'm going to spend 1 more, and I'm going to activate. Yeah, I think this maybe is a bit silly. I'm going to activate third platoon HQ. I'm going to activate third platoon, and I'm going to activate the first sergeant, and we'll save that last 1. So that does mean that there's 2. The XO didn't get activated in the activation segment, and neither did the second platoon. So we'll do it that way. Who do we want to do first? That incoming marker's definitely going away, isn't it? I just want to maybe double check just to make sure that spotter does just disappear. So it says that there, remove good order spotters who have expended all their available fire missions in the next enemy activity phase. So I don't know when in that activity phase, but I would just do it at the beginning. So the beginning activity phase, we're just going to move that guy away. That's fine. The incoming marker will go away as well. So there's no fear of moving into that card. Well, not initial fear anyway. So that's fine. Right, well let's do the first platoon HQ first. And see what he gets. Again, they're not undercover, so it's just no modifiers. That's a 5, good. So 6 commands. Remember, you can still only spend 6 per impulse. So I'm saying impulse per turn, wouldn't it? Well, it's got to happen in that impulse, isn't it? So 6 commands, so what's he going to do? Right, so first platoon HQ is here, so... yeah, that's quite good. Right, are you sure you're not missing anything here, Grant? I'm just realising, because there's an incoming marker in here, there's a VOF on this card. Oh. That's going to... Oh no, it's not. That's going to go away. Yeah, that's going away before the potential contact, yeah. So we're going to move back to no contact, aren't we? Yeah, so it's going to be a 4-card draw if we're getting in. Yeah, but it does allow us to platoon infiltrate onto this card. So I'm going to move this guy down here. We're going to platoon move, but we're going to platoon infiltrate onto the card. That's going to cost 2. I need to watch. I'm counters sticking to my arm and then they're falling off the... I just dropped something there. Hang on. Maybe I just imagine that. Maybe it fell back down. I can't see nothing on the floor. And if the dog's ever up here, it'll just end up all chewed up. So yeah, so it's two commands. We've got 6, so we're going to spend 2. We've got 4 now. And we're going to platoon. We're as well infiltrating. I know it means drawing a lot of cards. Do we really need to... Do we really need to do this? Yeah, I suppose we should do it. So, yeah, each one. So the platoon HQ is going to go first, and so it's a 2-card draw. Looking for the silhouettes of the infantry. Platoon infiltrate. 2. It's plus or minus experience. Now remember, we do have... I've got to remind myself, it's... Well, yeah, I'm going to have to keep this handy, aren't I? So 2-1, 2... No. 2-2 squad is veteran. Sorry, no. Yeah, the second squad of... First platoon is veteran, that one there. The one with the rocket grenade. So he's going to get a +1. So is the... No, the first light machine gun is not. The bazooka is. And these can all infiltrate, yeah? I wonder what you were doing. Say we had the 50 cal or the mortar section attacks. In fact, we'll maybe see that when we come to 3rd platoon. If we want to infiltrate, does it still get to move exposed as part of the infiltrate, as part of the platoon infiltrate move? Or does it just stay there? Yeah, well... It's just that it would cost us an extra command to send it. If we wanted to keep it with us, well, what does it say? Attempt to platoon all good order units of that platoon on the same card that are not marked as exposed and that do not have an A and arrow. See, it means that you can't. It means that you can't really do that. I don't think I can do it at all. I'd have to individually infiltrate the units, but that's going to cost more, isn't it? Don't know, I'll leave that one there if anybody wants to say if there is a way around it. And, you know, if you still get to move it, but it becomes exposed, it doesn't get to do the infiltrate, but it still gets to move as part of the platoon action, you know? I'm not so sure there. It doesn't look like it words it that way. Right, so Platoon HQ, he's getting a 2-card draw. Well, I've got a few of these to do, so let's try and just make a space and we can see across here. So 2 cards for the platoon HQ. It's probably not really worthwhile, this, but anyway, we get the reshuffle to start with. So no. So he does not succeed, and then we need to reshuffle. Whoops, careful, Grant. Moving the plexi there. So give me a second, I'll get this reshuffled. Right, so that's the CO, the platoon HQ. He's exposed, he failed. So next one, 1-1 platoon. He's line, 2 card draw. 1, 2, no. He fails as well. I'll just put him beside him, and I'll tidy it up. I'll probably tidy it up later. So 2-1 platoon, right? He is the veteran. So he gets a 3 card draw. 1, 2, 3. No. Oh, reshuffle again. And then no. Right, so not getting much here, and we're getting more reshuffles. So back in a sec. Right, so 2-1 platoon failed as well. So all these guys are exposed up to now. And we've got 3-1 platoon. He's bringing along some smoke with him. And he's line quality, so he gets 2 cards. Draw. 1, 2. Oh, come on. Oh. Seriously. Right, 1 more card draw. Alright, he gets the success. That 3 reshuffle cards in these last draws. Right, okay, give me a minute. Okay, so 3-1 platoon succeeded, so he's not going to be marked exposed. Now we've got the first light machine gun. He has line, isn't he? Yeah, it's the other machine gun that's veteran. So he's line, so he gets a 2 card draw as well. Just no more reshuffle cards, please. Right, he fails. So he's going to be up there beside the exposed dudes. And we've got the bazooka. So we'll put him in the middle just now. Now he's veteran. Yeah, all the bazookas are veteran. So he gets a 3 card draw. So good chance of success here. No. Oh, no. Right, okay. More bother than it's worth us, I think. We're finding everybody just exposed anyway. And then finally, the mortar forward observer, who's part of the first platoon. So, and he's a line quality, he gets 2 cards. And 1, 2, he fails as well. So we've only got one result there. Okay. So that's all tucked in, exposed. He's not exposed. He's not exposed as well. This fire team is pinned. Right. We've got 4 commands left though. So yeah, unfortunately this is it's pinned as well, isn't it? Or do we try and do fancy things with it? Thing is, it's going to become unpinned, because that's going to go away. Then we're going to do the pinned segment where that's going to then come off. So if I rally it and we've got a VOF on it, it just seems a bit daft, Grant. Oh yeah, no, you can't do that, Grant. I was going to say we could infiltrate off that card, but we can't. We've moved all these in here. Right, hang on though. Hang on. We carried out the infiltrate action. Can't we give this a move action? I think we can, eh? Well, how many actions we've got left? We've got 4. I mean, we could attempt to remove the pin, convert the fire team to an assault team, and then move it forward. But, well, actually, not move it forward. We could infiltrate it forward. Because all these have carried out an infiltrate action. These are all exposed. This is not exposed. And surely I can break this down. Yeah, I think you can do this. I don't see why not. Yeah, so I'm going to spend an action down to 3 to detach this team and give it another assault team. There's none of them there. I'll need to go and find one. I put some of them back. It was just gathering an awful lot of counters, but now that's the reason they're there, because you're going to use them. So we've got an assault team on this card, and then yeah, we can we still get an infiltrate action where attempt to infiltrate an adjacent card. Well, to be honest, the previous action was attempt to have a platoon infiltrate an adjacent card. Well, it's just we're still on the same impulse, and my worry is that I'm trying to do the same thing, but I'm not. Well, actually, you are, aren't you? Because if we were just trying to infiltrate with this squad, we couldn't do that. But the fact that I've detached this first, can I attempt to infiltrate with that, or is that considered? I don't know. It feels like I should be able to do it, but if I was moving that whole squad, I could not have that attempt to infiltrate. I think I could have it just to move, because it's not exposed. The action that the first platoon gave before was platoon infiltrate, which admittedly does say have each unit in the platoon perform an attempt to infiltrate an adjacent card action. So it's not separate from, a platoon infiltrate is not separate from an actual infiltrate adjacent card, because it's every one of them's carrying out that individually. So it would mean that I couldn't give this an order again like that to infiltrate to another card, because it's done it already. The fact I'm detaching an assault team away from that, then this becomes, it's no knowledge of being part of that. I'd like to think I can still do it. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. So we've detached the team, that costs us an action. I'm going to spend one more action. I've got 2 left. Yeah, because we had 6. 1, 2 to 4. Detach the team to 3. And then give this an action to infiltrate ahead into this farm. So it's an infiltrate. The only thing is, I'm probably going to search for cover there anyway, because it's got the stone, it's possible strong building cover. So it kind of defeats the purpose of the infiltrate anyway, but I might not find the cover. Well, let me know if for some reason that's wrong, if I shouldn't be allowed to infiltrate. I'm pretty sure I can carry out a move action with him, but I think because he's been detached, I think that's fine. It feels fine. It feels okay. So I'm going to try it. So it's a 2-card draw, because he's the line. Is it the recipient with that? Yeah, use recipient. Yeah, so it's the actual guy that's making the moves. Yeah, because we've just done that already. So 2-card draw, looking for the silhouettes again. 1, 2, we did not get it anyway. Okay, but please let me know if that was wrong and I shouldn't be even allowed to do that. I kind of feel like I was okay, but so he's exposed. We've got 2 actions left for first platoon, and we're going to do nothing. We're going to save them. Yes, indeed. So he's saved 2. Now we've got 3rd platoon and 1st sergeant activated there still. Right, I'm going to do third platoon next. So he's got 3 save commands, no modifiers, he's a full activation, he gets a 4. So this is good. What's the command? So 7 we've got there. But remember, we can save 6. Right, well, I'm going to platoon move into here. I think I'm going to platoon move into the cover. Now that will then mean that the COHQ will not be able to activate third platoon next turn, but he's going to get a +1 for being under the cover, can act on his own initiative with a +1. Yeah? Yeah. So, right, so I'm going to platoon move under this cover marker for 2 actions, take me down to 5. Right, that's one of the messy ones. So all the platoon are exposed, well, apart from this squad, but they're all under that cover marker because the squad's under the cover marker too. That's kind of where it doesn't work so well. You've got to know what you're talking about. You've got to understand that that's who it is. I think I can get that. So he's got, well, we might be doing something else anyway. So he's got 5 actions left. So do we send that squad forward again? Maybe. So if I was going to do that, they're all under the cover. This is under cover 2. He's not marked exposed, but I think I'm just going to send him forward. Yeah, let's do it. So we'll spend 1 more action to send this 2-step squad forward. Remember, they were all under the cover, so they were all in the same area of the card. And, yeah. So he's exposed in here. Yeah, I don't know, Grant. Is this... Well, yeah, I mean, these are C potential contacts, so there's less chance of getting stuff, but... I mean, that was an assault team, wasn't it? Yeah. Obviously, we've got an assault team sitting here and an assault team sitting here. Well, this guy's maybe not going to get to move, so we're maybe not going to have 4. Yeah, that's fine. So nothing more to do with third platoon, so I'm going to save the 4 commands. Right, and that's... no, it's not. We've got First Sergeant. I'm not so sure if First Sergeant's going to do anything. I just want him to draw some stuff. So he's veteran. He's been activated, so he's going to get a +1 to this. Is that right? Yeah, well, because we're still at contact. He's veteran though, so he gets a +1 to the big number. And it's not great. So it's a 3. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. He had 1 saved. He's got 4. Yeah, he should maybe still move forward though, shouldn't he? Well, he does have the machine gun on him as well, so it's actually going to be 2 actions he's going to use to move forward. Issues with steps? Probably not. Remember, the staging area is fine, so that's 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, and I've put the 2 in, it's only 14. Yeah, and to be honest, he can also infiltrate there. Yeah, well, I guess we should use 2 of these commands to get him move forward. Okay, so he's going to give an order for the 50 cal machine gun to move to infiltrate the card. That's going to be one command. 50 cal machine gun is a line, so 2 card draw to infiltrate. 1, no. So he's going to be marked exposed. I'm just going to use a separate exposed marker for him. Because it's getting a bit messy here. And then we're going to order himself forward as well. As an infiltrate action. And remember, he gets a 3-card draw because he's veteran. So 1, yes, we get a result twice. So First Sergeant does get to move, and here not exposed. Make a little space here. Yeah, give him the action. Yeah, and he's just going to save the other 2 points. Yeah. So he's got 2 commands saved. Okay. Right, moving on to that's all our what was it? I always forget. Activation segment. That's all the activation segment. So we've got 2 more units. That's why I'm marking names so you don't get confused. Now, if I got called away, I wouldn't remember which if I'd activated the second platoon or not. So now I know that it's going to activate in the initiative segment. Yeah, I'll do the platoon HQ first. So we'll take that off. So it's non-modified, but it's a small number this time. Oh, it's a big 4. How about that? So he had 3. He's got 7. Right then. Well, we're going to use 2 of them to platoon move. So he's got 5 left now. And we're going to platoon move them up into the marsh. So that's the whole platoon up there, including the arty forward reservoir. They're all exposed. This assault team is not. But we're going to give that an order to move forward, I think. So that's another command taking us down to 4 to move that assault team up into the Orchard Grove. And he'll be marked exposed as well. And probably just, that'll be that. So we'll save the other 4. You can see right away the second mission, just having the line quality and the ability to save more than 3 commands as well is like just... I mean, okay, as it moves on, we're going to spend more of the commands because we are going to get some grief. Right, so on that's it. On to the EXO. Well, he wasn't activated. No, sorry. He's just going to get 1. I'm wondering if he's going to use it or not. Maybe not. No, I don't. Yeah, I mean, he could move up. Shouldn't he move up and stay with the pace? Yeah, let's move him up. So he's going to save the other point. So he got 1. He had 1 saved. He's going to spend 1. He's got 1 saved. So yeah, so he's going to move up 2, and I'll keep him separate from the platoon, but he is obviously exposed as well. Okay, so that's our activation segment, initiative segment, apart from the general initiative. We've got 3, 1 of these is a squad, it's that one again, isn't it? So we've got a 2-step squad and 2 assault teams up looking for contacts again. We could, if we got enough general initiative, we could order that forward, I suppose, but probably want to try and find cover for these guys. So, general initiative draw, unmodified small number that we could have done with the one we just drew, which was a 4, but... Oh, that'll do, that's a 4. Wow, okay. That's... right then. So, we've got 4 initiatives. Okay. Well, we'll wait for cover. Whether we push that guy up or not. Well, let's wait for cover first. So this is the one that's got the strong building, so I'm just going to go for this one first. We're going to order this guy to... well, no, he's going to take his own initiative to look for some cover. So he's wine quality. It's a 3-card draw, not modified. And there's only 1 bit of cover, but it might be a building. So 3-card draw, we could really do with this one. We've still never managed to get any better cover than the +1. So, yeah, here we go. Seeking for cover. Nope. No. Yay! That'll do. Right. Now I've got that. No, it's on that player aid. Because I don't think that's in the book anyway, in the rule book. I think it's on the player aid that I put aside. Is it? Actually, man. Yeah, I think it's on this. I'm not sure it's in the book or not, but I think it's the same, and I think Andrew commented that, yeah, you'll just need to use this still because it's not in the book, I think. So we're World War II, obviously. And it's because it has that wee icon in the... there. You know, most of them have the wee sort of bush thing, eh? And that tells you how... the number tells you how many different cover places there are, and the card draw tells you how many cards you drew. But we've got 3. There is only 1, but as the wee building icon, which allows us to maybe get... now, it's possible we'll not find it. We've never found it before any times up to now. So we randomise on a 5, and then if we've got a 1, 2 or 3, we're going to get a strong building. If it's a 4 or a 5, we're getting +1 cover. Alright? So let's put that away again, because I think that's all I need that for. So on a 5, we get a 1. Yes. Now, I'm going to have a look again. I did say 1, 2, 3 was good. Yeah, 1 out of 5, strong building. So we get a strong building. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just called a strong building. I want to say there was something slightly different in here. We've got upper stories and things, but I think a strong building's pretty straightforward. There's a church tower. There's a white building. What's on the other side of that? Cover. Great. No, another white building. Right. Oh, there we go. There we go. Strong building. There it is. So I think that's the right one. Strong building. So he's found that +3 colour. That's pretty good. It's really good. So that should help a lot. So he's still exposed. So I'll put that like that. I'll put that on top. So he's in the strong building, in the farm. He is exposed, but that's really good because +2 for that, +3 for the strong building, and obviously -2 for exposed. So he's sitting at a +3 just now, which is really good. So good chance of survival there. Well, depends what they hit us with. If they hit us. Right, we've got 3 left. Well, we might as well look for the cover here and here. So I'm going to go this one next. So that's going to be one more action. That's a 3 card draw. Again, he's lying. So 3 cards looking for the word cover. No. 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 Right, he doesn't get any joy. So... okay, well, actually, this is a squad, isn't it? So this is more important. So we'll use one more... that is a squad, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll use him to search. He's got a 4. He's line quality as well, so it's just a 4 card draw. Looking for the word cover. Nope. That's a reshuffle again. That's the second card. That's the third card. We've got 1 to go. Come on. That was rotten. That was rotten. We could have done with that one. Kind of thought we were going to get it because we had just had 3 cards already without the word cover. Right, I'm shuffling things up. We do have 1 more general initiative. Yeah, the only thing I can think about doing is moving that assault team up, but he's definitely going to be exposed and no chance of cover. And the worry is there's a white border coming in there. But it's just going to waste the general initiative, Grant. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So he's going to take the initiative to go up into the gully draw. Probably regret it later. And we want an exposed marker for him. That was our last general initiative. Where are we at? 34 minutes. Yeah, we can get this turn finished. Well, we've got 4 potential contacts again, so that's going to stretch it out a little bit. Well, depends if we find anybody this time. Okay, deck shuffled up. That's our general initiative out the way. I'm going to have to take a pause shortly. It's probably a better time to just do it now, actually. So I'll just go and pause, and 35 minutes in there. And I'll plug the phone in, and I might not be back for a little bit, actually. But yeah, I do need to take a break just now. Okay, I'll be back later. Cheers. Hi all. Right, back to finish this second half of part 2. Yeah, I was just on pause. Right, okay. So I've not marked where we were. Pretty sure we'd done all our initiative, done general initiative. Yeah, we got a 4. Deck's been reshuffled though, so my guess was it must have been while looking for cover. Did we find any cover? We found one here, didn't we? Oh yeah, we found a strong building. Was that all we got? I think it was, yeah. Yeah. And we moved this guy up as well. That's right, yeah. Because we had 4 initiative and there was 3 guys here. We'll search for cover. Yeah, okay. So enemy higher HQ event segment. Draw a card. Let's see if we get a... Oh dear. Right, okay, we've got an enemy event. We need the mission booklet. Enemy higher HQ events. We're looking here. So on a D10, what are we going to see? Oh dear. Right, okay, that's a 10. Which I know in the first mission is the counter-attack. My guess is it's probably here as well. It is. Oh my. So counter-attack, place a random PC marker, question mark side up, on every US occupied card. Okay. Well, that's not what I was expecting. And this mission-specific information, enemy counter-attacks. Use the following table in place of the normal table when resolving PCA markers placed during any counter-attack event. During any counter-attack, yeah, okay. So if we're gonna resolve PCA markers, I don't think we are actually. We would use this instead of this one. So my guess is it's a bit more probably aggressive and whatever. Now, Andrew reminded me of something that's in the rule book regarding the counterattacks, yeah. And I want to say, yeah, they changed their stance, don't they? Doesn't their enemy activity change, maybe? I think, anyway, mention it was in the rule book, in the original, so let's have a look in the rule book here. Well, first of all, we're going to place we're going to place a random PC marker, question mark side up, on every US occupied card. Right, that in itself is tricky because that means randomizing everything. It could be an A, a B, or a C. And we've got a bunch of markers there. Do we just shuffle them all in? Do we random? Do we make sure that there's the same amount? I think there's something in the rules regarding this as well about how you deal with that. So I'm going to have to look for that. What I also need to know is, obviously, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 US units, 1 on each of these cards, and there's already a potential contact marker in that. I'm pretty sure they don't get 2. So, however, are these replaced by the question marks, or do we not place them on there? And then, obviously, here, and here, we're going to get question mark ones. Okay, so a bit to look up. So give me a minute or so. Right, okay, just before we go any further, You know how earlier I said that I felt like I dropped a chit on the floor? Well, there it now is. I brought the little dog back up with me, and I thought I'd knocked one on the floor, and then I couldn't find it. However, she happened to find it, and there we have it. Fortunately, you can see it is just a fire team and an assault team. No, it's a fire team with an AS on the one side, and a fire team with an SC on the other side. So, yeah, I suppose it could have been worse. It could have been an important chit, but that's that. Okay. Yeah, I was looking back at Andrew's comment, and unfortunately, what he's telling me is because this was buried, and I think it must just be this bit here, that this was kind of buried in the rules regarding counterattacks in Rule 9.1.4, that they've moved this now from the rule book into the mission book, which, okay, makes sense, but unfortunately that makes things slightly tricky for me because I don't have the new mission books. I've got the new rule book, and obviously it's not in the rule book. I remember it when I read it, and it clicked with me. So I must have played it properly, I think. So 9.14 counterattacks. Some offence. By the way, sorry, this is the old rule book I'm looking at because this isn't in the new book. There's a couple of mentions of it, but you go and search for. I searched for counter-attack, all one word at first, and I got one reference, and then when I split up to counter-attack, there's a couple of references in the new rulebook when I went searching, but... So some offensive missions call for a counter-attack on a particular turn, or as a result of an enemy higher HQ event, which is the latter for us. During a counter-attack turn, place a PC marker of the type indicated in the mission instructions on every US occupied card. Well, ours is a question mark, so it could be a random one. It could be an A, B, or a C. This may take place over a number of turns as specified in the event. Some missions may have a different set of enemy force packages just for counter attacks. Well, you see, there's a different section for just if we draw A's while the counter attack's in operation. The sequence of play for the mission is still that of an offensive mission, but the activity checks, 9.4, are made with assault tactics for the next 3 turns or until the mission ends, whichever comes first. So you can see how that's easily going to be missed, buried away there in the rules, and people just read this and they say, and it says counter attack, place a random PC marker on every US occupied card. That's all it tells you. Doesn't give you any more than that. Okay, you've got to look down there to catch that bit as well, but I suppose that's part of that, so you would maybe have clicked to that. So they go, what did it say? They go for assault tactics, which is, where is that? Yeah, they come, so basically the enemy activity is going to be on the offensive down this assault. So they're going to check on that. So these are going to be more aggressive actions that they're going to take for the next 3 turns. This being the first turn. Yeah, because we're about to check. Well, there's no enemy activity to check this first turn, is there? Well, the mortar spotter's still there. Oh God, let's hope he doesn't. Well, he's got special rules. No, he's going to go away, I think. Sequence of play for the mission is still that of an offensive mission, but the activity checks, 9.4, are made with assault tactics for the next 3 turns or until the mission ends. Yeah, so we're still as an offensive mission, whereas normally these tactics, and these are the new play rates, would be offensive from the enemy's point. With the German, it would be German offensive. But obviously the counter-attack, this interrupts that. Let's just see what 9.4... Yeah, it's enemy activity checks. I'm not going to read through that. Yeah. So, we do that. The one thing I'm worried about... And I know I read a little bit in the new rule book. I should have took note of where that was. Give me a second. Yeah, there's only a couple of rules references to counter-attacks, and it does tell you that things could change regarding the enemy activity check. So we've got that worked. I'll keep the old rulebook open at that. So we know for the next 3 turns, unless you're checking enemy lap pinned, you're going to check on enemy offensive activity on the assault column for the next 3 turns. I think that's right, isn't it? Sequence of play for the mission is still that of an offensive mission, but the activity checks are made with assault tactics for the next 3 turns until the mission ends. Okay, and then what I now need to find is how we randomise the... Oh yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, the note was if more than one PC marker appears on the card at the same time, you get rid of the worst one. Well, I'm going to say highest or lowest. I'm not sure which one. Basically, if there's an A and a C on the card, the C's going away. It's going to keep the A, right? It's going to keep the best one for them. Okay. Right, so here we go. Potential contact markers. This is rule 8.2. Hang on. Right, okay. So, potential contact markers control the type and location of enemy contact. The markers have 2 sides. One side is the letter ABC, the other side is the question mark. The letter represents the likelihood and severity of enemy contact, with A being the most severe and C being the least severe. The question mark is used to hide the potential contact letter when random markers are placed. It can also be used as a convenient way to mark unspotted enemy units. Okay. Right. Yeah, no, I need to read through this, I think, just to get the proper way to do this. So, for offensive missions and combat patrols, place PC markers on the map when setting up a mission. The mission instructions indicate the type of PC marker, where to place them, and whether to place them letter side showing or question mark side showing. Place 1 marker of the indicated type in each card. Some missions may dictate placement of enemy forces on the map in addition to PC markers. If a mission calls for PC markers of different letters to be randomly placed, select a number of markers of each letter equal to the number of terrain cards to be marked. Okay. Select a number of markers of each letter equal to a number of terrain. Flip all the PC markers to the question mark side. Mix them thoroughly. Yeah, I think that's what we do then. So we need to know how many cards there are, and then select that many C's, B's, and then A's. Yeah, for example, if the mission instructions say to randomly place 8 markers of letters B and C, mix 8 B's and 8 C's, then randomly place 8 of those 16 showing their question mark sides. Okay. And then if there are more cards than PC mark, well, let's hope that's not the case. Okay, so the ones who've got C's on though, we must flip these over once we've placed them, don't we? Place a random PC mark question mark side up. Well, that's not the case. Okay, I've got an idea what's going to happen here, I think. Because we're not initially going to turn these face up. What I think we're going to do is we're going to leave these potential C's here. We're going to put question marks on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards, which means we need 7 A's, 7 B's, and 7 C's. We're going to shuffle them up, and we're going to place them all question mark side up. And then we're going to resolve them all in this turn, clearly, because obviously we've got a US unit on each one. But what we'll do, because these are C's, to be honest, yeah, you could take these away and just use the question mark. Because we're going to keep whatever's the lowest letter. Going to keep the A before the B before the C. So in actual fact, these C's could go away, because we're definitely going to have at least a C. and the question mark will show that. Yeah, I think that's how we go. And then we're just going to have to remember that for 3 turns, their activity is going to be not nice or aggressive or however you want to put it. Okay, so I need to find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 A's, 7 B's, and 7 C's and shuffle them up. Okay. Actually, I just wonder, can't I just take them away and use them as 4 C's? I think I can, because we can't have 2 different markers on. It's just rather than mess about with things. Yeah, I think that works. So if I take these 4 C's away, then it helps me in just finding 4 C's. 3 more C's, sorry. Because we need 7 C's, which I've now got, 7 B's and 7 A's, and then randomise them. And then, yeah, because worst case scenario, we're still going to have a C on these cards. Now, if I wouldn't have been able to do it if the letter was B here or A that were on there originally, I would have had to have 2 markers on there. So I think you've got that, yeah? Or hopefully you've got what I'm talking about there. Right, so give me a sec. Okay, there they are. There wasn't actually that many left over, actually. So, although I probably would have been able to get them and leave the 4 C's, but there wasn't much more. So 7 C's, 7 A's, 7 B's. I'm going to flip them over and shuffle them all up, and then we're going to put 7 out there. Okay, and I won't look at the rest. I'll just chuck them back in the container. What? Container? Whatever. The box. Right, okay, there we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all potential contacts. They could be A's, they could be B's, they could be C's. Nobody knows. But we're about to find out. So as usual, 8.24. Resolving PC markers. Right, how do we... Yeah, we're going to have to just turn these all over, aren't we? Now. Is that right? Why am I having difficulty with that part? Hang on. Oh yeah, okay, it's over. It's over here. I guess because I've never... Well, actually, I'm not saying I've never done that. I think I've had the counter-attack event before. I've had it. Probably a couple of times. Resolving PC markers are resolved during the potential contact evaluation segment of the combat phase. Whenever a friendly unit is on a card with a PC marker, there's a potential enemy contact. If any PC markers are on their question mark side, flip them all over before resolving potential contacts. Be sure not to flip any question marks that are being used to mark unspotted enemy units. Okay, there it's there. Okay. So yeah, so when we go into the potential contact phase, we're going to flip all them over. Because we need to resolve them A's first, and then if there's more than one A, randomly, then B's, again, randomly, if there's more than one, and then C's, the same thing. Okay. So, where are we? We're just in the enemy HQ event segment, Grant. Not good. So now enemy activity check. So, we've got to remember that we are looking at the offensive activity check hierarchy under assault for any, I want to say for any good order units. We surely have to look at the enemy lap pinned activity check hierarchy. If not, again looking at the old rule book. Activity checks 9.4 are made with assault tactics for the next 3 turns. Yeah, that's got to mean good order stuff. Yeah, does it? I think so. I don't think we can look at that column for like if there was any lats or pound units. No, I don't think that's the case. But any good order unit is going to look there. However, the mortar, no, it's not mortar, it was artillery, wasn't it? Artillery spotter is going to go away. We've looked at it already. So when we first enter the enemy activity check segment, this guy, we can take that potential contact away because he's going away. The foxholes will stay. I'm on it now. Sorry, I can't. I didn't. There was no name towards that. The comments, not one that I could decipher. So just some letters and things, I think. So artillery spotter goes away, and the foxholes stay where they are, and that is the activity check segment because there's no other enemies. Right, mutual catch and retreat, no. AT combat vehicle, no. Mutual combat phase fire, remove existing incoming, yes. Now, the problem with that one is, once that goes away, which is going away, our activity level changes to no contact because we've nothing. So that means that we're more than likely going to get an automatic first contact here with one of these PC markers. Okay. So potential contact evaluation segment. Right, so for each card with PC marker and friendly unit, draw a number of action cards indicated. But before because these are all question marks, we need to reveal their identity because to randomise what we're doing. So we've got 7 potential contacts. That one's an A. That's a great start. That's a B. That's a C. And that's a B. And just before we go any further, the rules say that if there's ever 2 potential contact markers on a card, you remove the worst one. So technically, all the M's should have a C on them as well. So all the C's would go away. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think it've got me. I don't think I need to. Yeah. So that's not a great start. 2 B's, an A, and a C. And does it get any worse? It certainly does. There's an A. Come here. Come on, give me some C's. Yeah, that's better. Ah, nice finish. Okay, so we've got 2 A's, 2 B's, and 3 C's. So I suppose that wasn't too bad, he says, cringing. Right. So we're going to resolve the A's first. We've got 2 A's, so we need to randomise between the 2 A's. So this is going to be a 1, and this is going to be a 2. There's only 2 of them, yeah? A 1 and a 2. So on a D2, we get a 2. So that's not what we wanted, was it? That is not what we wanted. So it's going to resolve here, right on top of 3rd platoon. And the mortar. Yeah. And they're exposed. Yeah. Oh, don't tell me they're undercover, are they? Oh, they're undercover. Okay. Fortunately, the other ones are not because, well, it might be a good thing, but it might be a terrible thing. Okay, so where's how many cards we're drawing? Where is it? Here we go. Well, we're not drawing any cards. This is automatic, isn't it? So we're resolving a contact here. Our activity level is no contact, and that's an A we're looking at. So it's going to be automatic, right? So we're going to trigger an enemy from this. So I need the mission book. I'll put that up there. Okay, yeah, and remember we've got a different table to look at here as well, which makes things worse. So for any potential contact A's, it says here, enemy counterattacks, use the following table in place of the normal table when resolving PCA markers placed during any counterattack event. So we're going to be using this. Which is probably not good. So we've got a random 10 still, and we get a 10. Good or bad? Probably bad, but you never know. A base of fire. Okay. Package 24, base of fire. I don't think I've ever heard of that before, so this could be something that's new. Well, let's go look. Package 24. I think I'll come back to the unit placement just in case. We'll see what a base of fire is. It doesn't sound too bad then. So it's the bottom one there. Package 24, base of fire. Place VOF PDF, yes. As a unit spotted, yes. Or units spotted if there happens to be one on. The package placement on the table, it would be max line of sight. So yeah, we need to look at the other table. That gives nothing. Andrew said that's getting fixed as well. That's just a nonsense, really, isn't it? So a light machine gun team, no cover, not exposed. Okay. So we've got a good and a bad. Well, it's not exposed, so that's good. So a light machine gun team, right? Okay, we'll get that ready. There's number one right there. So light machine gun team is not undercover and he's not exposed. So that's all we need, really. And I want to see he comes in with 6 ammunition, but I'll double check that. So I'm going to mark him up because... So 1/LMG team. Line quality. And I want to say it's 6 ammo. I'll just double check and we'll find out where we're putting that guy. I think it tells us here. Light machine gun, there's 6 ammo, right. So I'll score 2 of the... I'll score the 8 and the 7 all. So he's got 6 ammo. LMG 1. 1 LMG team. Right, and then... we need to roll to see where this guy's going to be placed. So we need a D10 again. And we get a 1. Right, okay, well, we're needing more than that. Per package table placement, it says max line of sight, right? Yeah, this can go anywhere, I think. Sadly. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that base of fire is a result. I'm just looking at incoming artillery, incoming mortars. Right on that card, undercover, they're all undercover. That'd just be a slaughter fest. Okay, so we need to roll on this again because we need to know if it's front, left, or right. And the fact that front has 4 possibilities and left and right have 2. I'm just going to draw another card. Because, like I say, per package table placement just says max line of sight. And I'm pretty sure that's getting adjusted, and you would think so. It's not very good. We've got a 2. So again, per package. Right, I need to draw again. On a D10. Right, we've got a 7 this time. That should be better. So 7 as left front at max line of sight. So we've got an LMG team that's not exposed, it's not undercover, left front at max line of sight, it's got long range, okay. Right, so left front at max line of sight from this card. Put a pencil away now, Grant. And yeah, so there's no green border through that, so it should be on this card. However, again, there's a possibility of a hill appearing here. And then we could actually be at long range, because this would only be close range. You can go out to long range. So I'm going to draw a terrain card to see if a hill appears. It's not as a marsh, so there's no point. I'm not going to put that down. I'm just going to shuffle that into the deck. And we're going to place the light machine gun team on here. Okay, so what happens now then? You've got an assault team that's exposed. He is on this card. But my understanding is he has to be able to fire at that card. So a PDF comes here. Now, is this right? Because I know that if we moved on to that card, he would stop firing and fire at us on the card. But if we place him directly on the card, he's got to be able to attack this. Does he look at this briefly and then realise somebody else is on the card and switch? That doesn't sound right, but it could be right. Yeah. You must have a great time watching some of this stuff, Andrew, and thinking, that's easy stuff. You should know that, Grant. Yeah. I go back to the games. I love playing complex games. I do. I don't know why, because I'm not like, I don't know, I just like the thinking process of trying to work it out. But then again, I'd probably find this in the rule book somewhere, but even now, I'm still finding myself asking lots of questions. I'm not disappointed though. I'm not saying that the rule book doesn't have everything. A lot of the stuff will be in there, and sometimes you ask questions just to make life easier for yourself. And I'm not taking advantage of you, Andrew. Well, maybe I am a little bit, but I'm not. There's been a couple of questions I've wanted to ask, and I thought, Grant, come on, it tells you right there. Come on, stop being silly. Stop bothering Andrew. Let him get a life. Yeah. So what happens? Right. So PDF, you think PDF on there, automatic weapons. Sounds good now. There's a few things come into it. What happens to this? Well, that's not firing through a card that's got this on it. So I think that's okay. That's okay still, yeah. That's still going to get checked. That's wait now. No, sorry. That's that one that's coming off. This is the one that triggered it, and this one that's here is fine still. And remember, he's not spotted, so I'm not going to give him that. What was that in A? I'm going to chuck that back in the box. I don't want to clutter things up here. So. Oops. Automatic weapons. So, where are we? Heavy weapons, automatic weapons. So that's what kind of should happen, but I just guess I'm sitting here wondering about, like, should he be trying to fire at this guy? Something's telling me no, but I mean, well, here's the thing. We're going to fire it at, aren't we? We've got automatic weapons, point blank range. We can't fire at anything else. We're going to fire it at. So we're going to have to work this one out, Grant. Right. Well, let's look in the rulebook. Let's not get carried away, and let's have a look and see if we can find. You would kind of think that situation would be maybe even shown as an example in the rulebook, maybe. If not, it looks like a common thing that could occur, where you've got a unit on a card that a German unit will go on to. And I know it can happen. If this was a German unit here, this couldn't happen. It wouldn't go beside another German unit. But it will go, but I just don't know the reaction, if it reacts to that or what. Because I'm pretty damn sure that a German unit has appeared on our card, we're going to fire it at. So, but it definitely starts off firing there, and there's the clarification there. But I got this before, I was struggling to find it. To be honest, I've read the whole rule book now. Well, that's not true. No, I haven't carried on reading the stuff that's not really relevant right now. So, which I think from rule 10, is it 10? It starts talking about vehicles and things, and the other stuff after that. None of it's really that relevant to me at the moment. Urban combat and things like that, but I will get to that come the time, and it gives me something to read from time to time. But anyway, so enemy package placement rules. The following rules apply when placing a new enemy package: PDF, VOF, yes, no. Check to see if the unit places a PDF, VOF. It did. It was a yes. And it was a yes to being spotted as well. I'm just saying that, and I'm like wondering, what was it, base of fire? Yes and a yes, yeah. No cover, not exposed. Right, okay. So this represents contact being made by the enemy unit opening fire, or else your unit spotting the enemy before they can do so. That's the former there. It's them opening fire because we've made contact. A unit which places a PDF must be placed in a position where it is able to open fire on the unit which triggered the contact. Okay. Right, so that's still just saying that it must be placed there. So it doesn't really finish that off. But anyway, let's read on. Triggered the contact. If the package list gives a distance of maximum in sight, it means to place a maximum possible distance for which it's possible to open fire on the triggering unit. Therefore, you cannot place such a unit outside of its maximum range on cards with other player-controlled units. Sorry, hang on. Therefore, you cannot place such a unit outside of its maximum range on cards with other player-controlled units unless point-blank fire is not possible for the units in the package. Right, sorry, I'm not grasping that. Therefore, you cannot place such a unit, and we're talking about range here. It means to place at the maximum possible distance from which it's possible to open fire on the triggering unit. Therefore, you cannot place such a unit outside of its maximum range on cards with other player-controlled units. Unless point-blank fire is not possible for the units in the package. We cannot place this package here. So there. Because that's saying that it cannot go on another player-controlled, another card with one of my units on it, unless it can't point-blank fire. Well, that unit can point-blank fire. And what that's saying, what that's going to lead to there is that would mean that this unit would have to attack this, and it wouldn't do that. So I think that's wrong. I think that's an illegal placement then. Okay. Right. Where do we go with that from here then? Because, to be honest, if I'm getting that right, it can't go there. It can't go there. And just looking up there and seeing a hill in the distance, but it's only got long range, so 1, 2, it would not be able to fire. The hill would have needed to be on there, which would have worked, I think. Would it? I don't know. I don't know if it would have worked or not if that was a hill, because it's going to want to fire on that card, isn't it? Aye. And then it can't go here, because each one of these cards have got a US unit on it, and it can fire with point blank range, so it's going to engage that way, there and there. Therefore, let me read that again. Yeah, that's right. I'm reading that right. And reading further on, just what I was mentioning about the hill, just read further on there. So let's read that bit again. Therefore, you cannot place such a unit outside of its maximum range. Okay, I would understand that. On cards with other player-controlled units, unless point-blank fire is not possible for the units in the package. Or on cards where the other player-controlled units lie in between the placement card and the triggering unit, unless grazing fire is possible. And you know how I said that if there was a hill here, that he would be able to fire over this card into here? Well, no, that wouldn't be allowed either, because he's not got grazing fire. So he cannot fire through to here. Well, that grazing fire is relevant to being... Well, actually, hold on. Whoa, Grant. No, this has got a white border. So you could actually be placed there and see this card. But because there's a friendly unit, what is it? They're calling it there, player controlled. There's a player controlled unit in here, and his weapon does not have grazing fire, so he cannot fire through to here. Whereas if it had grazing fire, it would have hit this and this card. Yeah, that's not happening. So, and to be honest, we checked for a hill here, but that wouldn't have mattered, would it? Well, I've shuffled that back in anyway, because it wouldn't matter if that had been a hill there. Yeah, because we've not got overhead fire either. So this would intervene, I think. And this, we could place that out there. It can see right through here, but it can't be placed there because it would be firing on here and it wouldn't be able to fire on there. And we can't place it here because there's an opposing... There's a player-controlled unit here as well. And it can't go into there. That doesn't help. So that package cannot be placed after all that. So, yeah, and it doesn't matter what direction I put it in. So we've got to, I think, draw another package. Ah, man, where are we? An hour and 16 minutes, really? Yeah, well, I think since we've not done this, we'll maybe just wrap this part up. And because this is going to take a bit, innit? So I'm going to take this guy back off. What was this? It was an A, wasn't it? And take that off and take that off. Because I think it's impossible to place that package from there, isn't it? It can't go on the same card, can it? No, because that would have to be on the actual package table placement. No, unit placement can only be front at max, left front at max, right front at max. And the per package table placement rules for the base thing were at max line of sight. So it's not that it could go on the same card. So it can't. That package can't be placed in. Hopefully I've got that right. Hopefully you agree with me. So what I'm going to do now is, because I think this is taking... Yeah. Well, I suppose we didn't expect the counter-attack thing to kick off, did we? There's an A. So I'm going to put that back there, and just so I remember that we have randomised between the two A's, and that one is going to be checked first. I'm going to leave this light machine gun line here as well. I might well be coming straight back here. I don't know. It is moving on a bit. I have done quite a bit today, and yeah, I probably should. Although that was... I was getting into that there. I was getting into it, and then the package becomes illegal. So, well, can we have just a little glance at potential contact A? Oh no, I don't want to, because there's mortars and artillery there, Grant. Yeah. And artillery and mortars can definitely be placed, because this is a white border, so it can definitely go there. In fact, no, hang on. It can go up on this hill. 1, 2, 3. So it's going to go all the way up there. Either artillery or mortars can go in there. Maneuver, I'm not sure what that is. I've had that one before. Might as well have a look. Oh, I don't know what package number it was. It was quite high, wasn't it? Maneuver 15. So it doesn't place a PDF or a VOF. It is spotted. Max line of sight, a squad infiltration attempt. Yeah, so that's going to go actually no, I don't know. There's something to that one as well. I remember having issues with that as well. There's a lot of things that I had issues with that in this game, but I loved the game so much. it just wants to be fixed. But it's still hard work. It is still hard. Yeah, it's still hard going, isn't it? I mean, yeah, I mean, it's what size 90 odd page rulebook now this is? Yeah, and it was, I would say it was maybe 60 odd before, maybe not, maybe more than that, but it's moved up a bit. But that's probably because of the examples they play in that in here, which is better. And yeah, I'm not saying, yeah, I like the rulebook. It's great. It's good. It's still just finding all the stuff and getting it all right. It's still hard, isn't it? Okay, right. I'll cut this part for now, and then check the time, I think, and see if I can come back and see. Well, this is kind of dreadful because I reckon we're going to end up with either mortars or artillery on this. We're all sitting in this. We're all sitting in this cover, exposed, right? We're getting a cover of +1 there, and +1 for the cover, and we're getting some minus, I don't know, for how many steps is under that? And yeah, and there you go. I think I said when I first moved up to there, I says, oh, we might as well just go under the cover and accept the fact that he's just going to use initiative to get to command things, and he can command everything under the cover. There might be nothing left. It might be all destroyed under there. Okay. Right, well, I better cut that. It's another 20 minutes, so I'll see about getting back. I probably should leave it, like I say, but leave it till the morning. I still got a chance to do a bit in the morning, so that might be the better idea. Well, I'll be back when I'm back. Okay, cheers.